Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Hafsha Fathiya Muthmainnah. My student's number 232122032, and today I will present my research proposal titled Students' Language Learning Strategies in Digital English Learning Environments. So let's begin from background of the study. In recent years, learning English through digital platform has become very common. Students now use YouTube, Duolingo, Google Classroom, and many other tools to access material more flexibly. However, technology alone doesn't guarantee effective learning. Students still need language learning strategies, or LLS, to help them understand, remember, and use English efficiently. Previous studies show that students often use metacognitive strategies, for example, planning and monitoring their learning, but rarely use memory strategies. But these studies mostly focus on traditional classroom settings, therefore, little is known about how students use these strategies in digital environments. This is what motivates my research. And for significance of the study, this study is important because it will help teachers understand student strategy used in digital settings, help students recognize strategies that support effective autonomous learning, contributes to LLS research in technology-based environments, and shows how strategies are adapted in digital English learning. And for my research question is, what types of language learning strategies do students use when learning English through digital platforms, and how frequently are these strategies employed? And for research objective, the objective is to identify the types of strategy students use and measure how often they use each strategy during digital English learning. And for literature review, first is theoretical review. According to Oxford 1990, language learning strategies are divided into 6 categories, but direct strategies include memory, cognitive, and compensation strategies, and indirect strategies include metacognitive, affective, and social strategies. In digital context, these strategies can be seen through various behaviors, such as using online translator, watching tutorial videos, using flashcard, tracking progress through application, or joining online discussion groups. And for prior studies research gap, previous studies such as Hafsha 2019 found that students most frequently use metacognitive strategies, while memory strategies are the least used. Other studies like Wu 2008 and Bodian 2015 reported that ASEAN EFL learners tend to use indirect strategies. However, most of these studies were conducted in traditional classroom settings. There is still limited research on how students apply LLS specifically in digital English learning environments. Therefore, my study aims to fill this gap. And for research methodology, the study uses a quantitative descriptive survey design following Dornier 2007 and Cohen et al. 2018. The population consists of approximately 150 English education students from the 2023 cohort, and I will take a sample of 20% of the population, which means 30 students using convenience sampling. The instrument is a questionnaire adapted from Oxford SILL 1989 with 24 items representing 6 strategy categories. For validity, the items were reviewed by 2 expert lecturers, For reliability, a pilot test was conducted using Crunch Batch Alpha, which resulted in a value above 0.70, indicating good internal consistency. And for the next is operational definition. Language learning strategies, or LLS, strategies used by students to help understand, remember, and use English, consisting of 6 categories: memory, cognitive, compensation, metacognitive, affective, and social strategies. And then frequency of strategy use, measure on a 5-point Likert scale. 1 is never and 5 is always. 2 shows how often students use each strategy. Digital English learning environments, online platforms used for learning English such as YouTube, Google Classroom, Duolingo, online dictionaries, translators, and study groups. And for the next is data collection and data analysis. The questionnaire will be distributed through Google Form. After collecting the data, I will analyze it using descriptive statistics, including mean, frequency, and standard deviation. The goal is to identify which strategies are most frequently used and which are least used, and then compare the findings with previous studies. And for the next is research schedule. The research activity will run from November 2025 to May 2026, starting from preparation, literature review, proposal writing, seminar, data collection, data analysis, and finally, thesis writing and defense. And maybe that's all for my research proposal presentation. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.